His previous messages have ranged from taking time to enjoy the holidays to obtaining a library card, and from drinking plenty of water to tips on being a good listener. This month, motivational speaker Phil Sorentino is at the zoo with some wild advice on finding your strengths and using them to your advantage.
Happy summer, PH1 viewers. Today we're at the Columbus Zoo, and we're going to talk about focusing on your strengths. You know, the summertime is the time for growth. Spring we plant, summer we grow, and fall we harvest. But let me tell you a story. It's a story about the frog, the turtle, and the rabbit. The first day of school we have swimming. The frog comes home and says, "Mama, I love school." The turtle comes home and says, "Mama, school's okay, but I feel really sorry about my rabbit friend." And the rabbit comes home and says, "Mama, I hate school." Next day, we have jumping. The rabbit comes home and says, "Mama, school's a little better." The turtle comes home and says, "Mama, I'm really confused." And the frog comes home and says, "Mama, I'm at the top of my class." And what do? We send the turtle to jumping school, we send the rabbit to swimming school, and we say, "Don't worry about the frog, she's got it." And what we really should be doing is saying, how can we help that frog be a better swimmer and jumper? And where are the gifts of the turtle? And you know, that rabbit is pretty quick. How can we use that quickness for the rabbit's advantage? So today we're going to come to the zoo and we're going to go and look at nature and see how nature's creatures take their strengths and leverage them so they can thrive in their environment. The black rhino, man, what are their strengths? Well, when you think about it, the natives in Africa would actually use their skins as shields because spears would just bounce right off of them. Also, when they decided to charge, when they made up their mind to do something, nothing stood in their way. And if it did, bam, it was knocked out of the way. So think about the rhinos. They've got that thick skin, and when they make up their mind, they go for it. The African lion, what are some of their strengths? Well, first of all, their power. They are the king of beasts. But also they have this great camouflage so they can lay low in the grass and then pounce on their victims. They also have tremendous ability to hunt at night when it's like cooler. That's why in the afternoons, as you notice, they like to kind of sit back and just relax, take a nap. I think that might be one of our strengths. What we should do is kind of take a nap. We believe in naps. We think they're very good. The manatee, wow, look at those things. They eat all that lettuce and look how big they are, and they don't even have any dressing. You know what their strengths are? They know the value of eating vegetables. They eat 75 different kinds of aquatic plants to get to be the size that they are. So if you want to understand their strengths, remember this: eat a lot of vegetables. We're with Jack Hanna, Director Emeritus at the Columbus Zoo. Jack, you've spent your life around nature.
Right.
Share with us how you've perceived how the animals have taken their strengths so they could thrive as opposed to maybe focusing on their weaknesses.
Well, with the animal world, they have to thrive on their strengths. If they thrived on their weaknesses, most animals wouldn't be around.
Yeah.
If you think of that in human life, you know, if you were put in a situation like some situations I get in sometimes where, not necessarily a matter of life or death, but I've been close to that, you have to thrive on your strengths. You have to figure out how you're going to get out of this mess, or what are you going to do to get to the next step. An animal, for example, an African lion, if he's out to make a kill once every 4 days, for example, that's life or death to that animal. Now, if he thrived on his weaknesses, then he would starve to death. Mm-hmm. If he thrived on his strengths, which the African lion knows are his power, his color, for example, to match the area he's in, then he'll succeed.
Do you have any sense of why we as humans have a tendency to focus on our weaknesses as opposed to understanding and leveraging our strengths?
You know, I think a lot of us might focus on our weaknesses to try and to do a better job. For example, my weakness is I'm not a good listener. My wife's a good listener. You're a good listener. And I think, you know, you really need to listen. People need to listen more. When you listen, then you can see almost kind of what your weaknesses might be. My strengths are that I love to work. I love to work with people. I think I'm a very fair person. I try and share what the good Lord's giving me with a lot of people. I believe in that. I believe in that wholeheartedly. That you know, the more you give, the more you get. Almost. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't give to get.
Right.
But I just believe that, you know, things happen to me. I don't even like the other day I was giving a bunch of stuff I had just taken over there to Brazil to some people, and all of a sudden I turn around and a day later some guy gives me this rope right here on the floor, that cowboy rope down there. That thing's worth about $300. I didn't even ask for the rope. The cowboy gave it to me. He said, "You're nice. Here's a rope." The point I'm getting at is, in life, we hear about giving, and I think if you give unconditional giving, you give because it makes you feel good. Yeah. I have someone in my family, I won't say who, not my immediate family, a relative who doesn't give anything at all. And what's so sad is he doesn't know the excitement of giving. There's an excitement I get out of giving that just can't be replaced. And I'm talking about giving where no one knows that I gave.
Right.
There's nothing better than that to me. Another strength. What's another strength? What's a strength I have, Sally? Yeah. No, secretary. Just hold on, everybody. What? Oh, that's Sally. She loves it because we work all the time, so I don't require much sleep. Yeah, exactly.
Multitasking.
Exactly. Right. I do. She'll tell you I'll be over here doing something like right now. Then I'm always shifted over here, and now I'm right over there. And I like yourself. I love public speaking. Yeah. I'm not trained in it by any means, but I think if you speak from the heart, that you can get a message across.
The summer. As we said at the beginning of this section, it's a time for growth. So this summer, as you're sitting back, relaxing with your families, I want you to think about your strengths and think how you can leverage them. So when it's fall and it's time to harvest, you'll get the greatest harvest you'll ever have.
We would like to thank Phil, Jack Hanna, and the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium for volunteering their time and facilities.